Okay, that's the wine that will be paired with the chicken and pork adobo tonight. Okay, my friends, I was riding around with an electric kick scooter today, and I found wild pork and some chicken, organic chicken, and I found this fresh bay leaf right here. Actually, I've never seen anything like that. Of course, some garlic, red pepper, and these two bad boys. So we're making pork, wild pork, and chicken adobo tonight. For some reason, I'm inspired to cook, so let's roll with that. All right. Reheat the pan in a slow heat, not fast heat. Put a little oil there. I'm using olive oil tonight so it doesn't stick to the pan. I drop the pork in first because it takes longer for them to cook. The pork around a little bit in the pan, let it burn. And yes, I'm using olive oil, but I'm in Italy, so it really doesn't matter. I just use it to prevent the meat from sticking to the pan. Cut the chicken in smaller pieces so the flavor will go in. And there's the pork. I'm gonna add some onion, garlic in there, and stir it. When the pork is almost done, drop the chicken in there and stir it. Kind of put the chicken at the bottom because now you're gonna cook the chicken. Just gave the pork a head start. Now it's time for the chicken. Okay, when the chicken is almost done, it's time to bring in the heavyweights. Starting with the bay leaf. It's our fresh bay leaf. And then the garlic, more garlic, the second phase of the garlic. When I cook my adobo, the garlic is not a secret ingredient. It's there on your face. You can see how those things are cut, they're big. So you will taste them, you will see them, and you could eat them as a whole. This is it's my ingredient on the adobo. So there you go. Bay leaf, garlic, and the red pepper. Everything is to taste, especially the peppers. Depends on how hot you want it. A friend of mine, comrade, actually wrote a cookbook called Memories of a Philippine Kitchen, and you can buy it on Amazon. They said that the vinegar is really native to the Philippines. The soy sauce came later. So the way I make my adobo is I put the vinegar first. Put the vinegar first. And it's this kind of vinegar. It's from Pound. But you can use any vinegar that you want. You can use apple vinegar and other kinds of vinegar. But this vinegar is from the Philippines. This is not a recipe that comes out of my friend's book, Memories of the Philippine Kitchen. This is my version of a Philippine adobo. When all that is in there, just stir it and let the vinegar taste soak into the meat before adding the soy sauce later. I add the soy sauce last because I want to see, I want to taste that vinegar under, you know, kind of the soul of the adobo, because you know soy sauce did not exist in the Philippines according to memories or Amy and Romy. The soy sauce came later, so I really want that in there, and then we will add the soy sauce. So when you taste the adobo, you're gonna taste the vinegar, and then you're gonna taste the soy sauce. When it's almost done, and you feel that the vinegar taste is really soaked into the meat, then you add this soy sauce. And the soy sauce is to balance the taste, but still when you have this adobo, you should get the vinegar taste first. That is the soul of my adobo right there, the vinegar. And coming is a surprise guest, but let's let it soak in that vinegar and adobo. Stir it a little bit. So all of this is to taste. So I just tasted it and I feel like it's got too much soy sauce. So I'm gonna put more vinegar in there. So I want the vinegar to really be what attacks you when you taste this adobo. So there it is. More vinegar. Remember, the vinegar is the one that existed in the Philippines. The soy sauce came later. So I just let it simmer until that flavor is soaked in there, and the taste is balanced between the soy sauce and the vinegar, and the vinegar is really in there. You could taste it when you taste this adobo. And then I add the secret guest, the controversial secret guest. Tomatoes. You could use any tomato that you wish. This is what I found in Milan, Italy, and this is what I'm using. And some would say, hey, that's not adobo. Why are you putting tomato on it? Well, it's my version of adobo, and I use the tomato to kind of mellow out the vinegar and the soy sauce taste. And you know what? It looks good too. All right, enjoy. And the kidding, I think one of the most important things to cooking adobo is less than medium heat, and then simmer. And doing the tasting to your taste. You know, I don't measure anything. It's more like what I taste is the right taste. So that's it. Here's what it looks like, and I'm gonna let it continue to simmer and then mix in the tomato. While you cook the adobo, continue to taste that paired wine to warm up your palate to it. Very important. So that's the wine. I think this adobo is almost done, or it's probably done. So I'll mix in the tomatoes in it, and just let the tomatoes soak underneath the juice, and I'll taste it again. confirm, but I think it's done. There you go. Here's a little taste. Wow, I think that balance is good. The tomatoes are doing their job to kind of cut down the sharpness of the vinegar. So there it is. Done. Enjoy.